I'd love to be like that, but I'm fucking not.
Honey, we need a
Fuck
break
that shit.
from time to time.
The rest is still unwritten. Yeah.
Hi guys,
I haven't even got my mic on yet, love. Fucking hell. Jumping gun a bit.
we are talking mum guilt, a biggie.
Yeah, very big one. I'm sorry. Alright, let's stop.
That's what she's thinking about.
I'm gone. I'm sorry. Right, listen, we've got a lock-in now.
Again, Linda.
You.
It's like locking in for our fucking diary. It's fine. Can't breathe.
Don't say it.
I feel like we need to do that thing. What Sharpie?
What you saying?
Welcome to episode 3. We're carrying on with our chaos and caramel in our head. We are talking about mum guilt this week. You know,
It's a big one.
it's a biggie.
It's a big one.
I think the guiltiest I've ever felt being a mum is when I went back to work after maternity.
Yeah, that's hard, that, isn't it? Really hard.
Broke my heart. You think about it and you think it's going to be hard, but then when you do it, it's even harder than you thought it was going to be. Like, I generally struggled, like, and I think it made it worse because we worked in a nursery, so, you know, we knew that our children were there as well, and it just made you feel more guilty because
you're going to work to look after other people's children while your child is upstairs in the same nursery as you.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's rubbish, isn't it? It's such a rubbish feeling.
Yeah. It did make me feel better, like, because I knew that they were happy there, and like we used to go and check on
visit him. Yeah, we did. We always said that we wouldn't.
I know.
We're not going to be them mums that go and check in on them all the time. Every dinner time, me and her
they loved it
upstairs.
though. We just used to have a right chin wagon. All girls were right good, weren't they? And,
yeah, they were lovely.
Stanley, when he was a baby, you're all right, but like he's been to a few different settings, like childminder, nursery, and he didn't like his last nursery, and he struggled a bit, and it makes you feel 10 times worse because you're leaving them to go to work, but they're not happy, and that really hits hard. But I generally feel so much better now. Like, he's at a nursery where he really enjoys it, even so much so on Friday I picked him up and he was asking to go back to nursery. Mummy, I go see my friends now. I'm like, yeah, you've just seen your friends. No. Mummy, I go see Rachel now. I'm like, no, we're going home now. I'm like, I work good hours now. Like, I work like half a days, and it suits us so much better because I can go and pick him up when it's light outside and we've got a few hours before bedtime, and it just makes me feel better.
Like a light at the end of a tunnel, isn't it?
Yeah.
For you, I think.
Yeah.
I remember when he used to be so upset. And like, I feel like because he's older now as well, like, he understands it a little bit more, which sometimes can make it more difficult, but in his case, it's made it easier, hasn't it, for him? So I never had that, obviously, because Frankie's always been really, really good at nursery. Like, she's loved nursery. Like, she's loved every room that she's been in, to be honest. So I've never really had that guilt in the fact that she's been upset when I've left her. But it's still hard. I just think when your maternity leave comes to an end, it's just an horrible feeling anyway, because it's like you have 8-9 months, sometimes a year, in obviously people that are in schools and that, depending on if they take a year in other jobs, off with this beautiful little baby. And then it's such a weird feeling. It's like such a mixed bag of emotions. It's like you feel like lonely, so you're glad that you're going back to work in a sense like that, but then you feel sad, you feel upset, you feel like overwhelmed. It's like, it's crazy. And then your maternity leave ends, and then it's like, yeah, you're back into work and you're leaving that baby that you've been with all that time. And yeah, it's hard for mums, I think, to do that. It's really hard, regardless of how well they go into nursery or school or whatever. It's still hard. Like you've just said, like, you're now doing a job that you're enjoying. You've found a job that you enjoy. You're doing half the hours, which is the same concept for me. I am now in a job where, you know, I only work a couple of days a week. The hours are like standard hours, but it's like it's something what I fit around us.
Yeah.
And obviously, as your babies grow, that tends to happen. Like you tend to get a little bit more of a routine going, and you feel a
Your
little bit like
priorities change.
and you feel a little bit less guilty than you did when you first coming off maternity leave. So anybody that is happening to right now, like it does get better, and the guilt eases slightly.
And don't be afraid to change. You know, you've got to do what's
Oh my
best
God,
for you guys.
I think in the past year I've had like 3 different jobs just because when I was younger I always used to feel like, oh, people that are changing jobs, like why are they not secure? Like that's like job hopping, it's no good. But do you know what? As I've got older, I've come to realise that sometimes you don't know what your purpose is in life and you don't know what at the grand old age of 33, I still don't know what I want to do in life, and that's okay. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes people don't find the calling until past fucking 40s. Like you just got to like, you know, play about and just see what works best for you. A big one for me is more recent. It's happened when she was a baby as well, my little girl, but it's more recent, like because she's in the terrible twos. She is very emotional, like over everything, and I'm sure.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I'm sure Stanley is as well. Like they're in that horrible.
Oh, little shitty era, I call it.
In that horrible.
There
feral,
ain't no terrible
shit
twos,
bag.
little shitty era.
Just feral and just want to do what they want to do. It's mine. It's no. It's I do it, and whatever you. Today I went to play Mania today with her, and we were dancing, and I started dancing, and she went, "Mummy, no, you no dance." Women that were doing it were like, "Oh, like, then I'll not dance, shall I?" Like they're in that era. And I think because it's such an emotional era as well, because they're learning emotions, they're learning boundaries, they want to push them boundaries to see how far they can get. I am very overstimulated. Like when I was younger, I used to be so like chill, like just literally all chill vibes. I had a lot of patience, and as I've got older, that patience has worn very thin, especially since having a child. And I think when she is emotional, for example, today she tried to lash out a little bit because she didn't want to have a nap, she didn't want to go to bed. But she needed it because she'd been up since 6. We'd been out all morning. She'd been playing. She'd been running around like crazy, and you could tell she was yawning. She was tired, so she like lashed out a bit, and I had to raise my voice, and I felt awful afterwards. But I was like, no, I was like, Frankie, you need to stop this now. And then like you get the mommy cuddle, and then that instant like horribleness comes over you, that instant guilt, and it's like, oh, I wish I didn't shout. But then at the same time, they've got to learn that there's boundaries in place, and they can't be doing things like that, and you've got to be strict, and you've got to be firm sometimes. And that is a big one for me. I tend to find myself, not all the time, but sometimes when she really pushes boundaries, and I have obviously told her nicely 3, 4 times, and then I've raised my voice, it hurts me to know that I've raised my voice at her. But then I just think, do you know what, it has to happen sometimes, and that is a big one for me because I do struggle with it. Because I struggle with the guilt afterwards, and I just feel awful about it. But they're at a testing age.
The voice notes, guys, I feel awful. I've just had to tell Frankie, and she's got upset, and you're like, Becky, it's fine.
I know. She didn't even fucking remember yesterday. Like I know that. Like, but it's just
stop the guilt.
Just because she don't remember it, don't mean I don't. And I feel like, I find that really hard. That is a guilty thing for me. But all my friends around me, all my loved ones around me, literally say it's normal, and I would give them the same advice. Like it's normal. We all lose patience sometimes. Like, you know, it is what it is. And then there's also like, I think another big one. There's loads of mum guilt going on, guys. I'm not going to lie. I am
trigger
sorry.
Warning.
It is a trigger warning because you can feel guilty over everything. But I think it's questioning yourself, questioning if you're a good mum, questioning if you're doing things right, like questioning all these things, what you're doing. And I think especially like me and you that are best mates, and then obviously we've got children literally that are like 2.5 months apart, like they're the same age pretty much. And it's like, Stanley might do something and I might think, well, Frankie's not doing that yet. Vice versa. Frankie might do something and Sherry's like, well, Stanley ain't doing that yet. And even though we're best friends and we've worked in nurseries for years and we know that all children develop differently, you can't help as a mum by thinking, well, she should be doing that, or he should be doing that, or what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Do I need to do more with them? Like, you know, it's it's hard. Like, you do question yourself. And I think with the social media aspect being out there, it is hard because you've got all these people, like these specialists on TikTok and on Instagram that are like, your baby by 6 months should be doing this, and by 12 months they should be packing off home and fucking leaving, and you know what I mean? And it's scaremongering, and it's horrible, and we all fall into that trap. But you've got to just be kind to yourself in that respect, because it's like, although if we will feel the guilt that comes over us over these little things about stuff like that, it's every child does develop differently. Take it from people that have worked in childcare for a very long time and that have seen it all. Like, every child is different, regardless. Like, you know, they all develop differently, and you shouldn't be comparing. Whatever works for you works for you. So.
I often watch people on TikTok and think, should I be, you know, cooking?
Oh my God.
Risotto for Stanley for his tea, because he's just got like a 51p pizza and a bit of cucumber.
But Frankie's got.
Do you know what? He eats the same fucking 5 meals every week, like pizza, pasta, bloody fish fingers, chicken dippers. Like,
Frankie has sausages.
He's not a big fan of sausages at the minute, but like, I've tried him with other stuff. Like, I made a beef hot pot the other week, and I took it to James's mum's. Like, oh, I'll give him that for his tea. He won't touch it. I want something else now. I'm like, well,
Frankie did that earlier.
This is why so I don't bother if he likes what he's eating. Like,
it's still a variety. It's just not a massive variety.
And the pasta sauce that he has, he's got like hidden veggies in it. I'll put a bit of veg on side, you know, a bit of salad on side to make me feel a bit better. But and you know what? You think to yourself, yeah, but me as an adult, I like the same fucking foods and all.
Yeah.
I'll eat the same food. I have homemade pizza every single week. Every week, it's my go-to.
I have one every single week.
It's like, it's just, I don't know. They get better as they get older, but it doesn't stop you feeling guilty that you know you should be making these amazing meals.
Frank is exactly the same though, and I honestly, not speaking for the whole nation, but I can probably bet that half of the nation out there's kids are exactly the same as Frankie and Stanley, because she was the same. I literally let her pick. I let her go to the freezer, and like you say, more often than not, pizza, fish fingers, sausages, like Yorkshire puddings, like stuff like that. Won't touch salad, won't touch veg, dodger. But I'm thankful that she eats a massive variety of fruit, so like I try and get fruit down her as much as I possibly can. She literally does it all. But yes, I try and get that down. And she chose tonight, she wanted waffles and fish fingers. Sound, that's fine. So she ate all the waffles, she ate a few fish fingers, and she went, Mummy, toast now. All-inclusive buffet, like, I'll have this and this and this. No, sorry, like, you've asked for that and that's what you're getting, type of thing. But yeah, she's exactly the same. And I think there's a lot of stigma out there with it all. Like, you have people on TikTok that are like, I'm going to give my kids nuggets and chips because they've been fucking feral little shits all day.
Oh, you know, we all think that we could be fucking Nora Smith growing herbs on our garden.
Yeah, she goes out in a garden and she literally makes things from literal scratch. But either one of them people that are on TikTok or Instagram,
I love watching her videos.
But they still have nasty comments. You know what? Fed is best, and that's it.
You do you.
My dad always said that his dad always used to tell him that if your child won't eat anything at all, give him a bit of chocolate, it won't fucking hurt, because at the end of the day, it's got sugar, it's got fats in it, and it's got shit in it that they need to survive. So yeah.
Thanks, Pete.
Chocolate for a win!
I'll bear that in mind. I think another big thing is like when you're wanting time to yourself.
Oh my God, yeah.
I often feel guilty going to the toilet. You know, I can hear Stanley downstairs crying. I often feel guilty, like coming tonight to film the podcast. I went in the bedroom and sat down next to him, and I'm thinking, Becky's coming soon. I'm like, should I tell him? Should I not? And then I got up, and he was like, Mummy. I'm like, yep. He's like, you come back. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to the toilet. And I'm thinking, oh no, he's gonna cry in a minute. I feel guilty leaving him all the time. Don't matter where I'm going, don't matter how long for. I just feel guilty because he's my child, and you know.
He is, but yeah, I feel guilty as well. It's like, obviously, her dad comes to pick her up like
Yeah.
on Tuesdays and Fridays, and it's like all you want is a break,
Yeah.
like especially when she is being emotional and she is being really overworked and overwhelmed and she doesn't know what she's doing with herself and it's stressful all day. And I just think, oh my God, let me breathe. But then she walks out that door, and as soon as she walks out that door, I breathe and I think, oh, I feel sad. Like, and don't get me wrong, not everybody feels like that. People are thankful for that break and they fucking take it. And I do take it and I love the break, but at the same time, I've always been one of them ever since she's been a baby. Like, people really got annoyed with me. I know that everyone got annoyed with me and the family, but like, I want to know what she's doing. I want to know what she's at. I want to know like if she slept. I want to know how many times she slept. I want, like, when she was a baby. As she's got older, I'm not like that anymore. And I've learned that at the end of the day, she's fine. Like, she's going to be fed. She's going to be, do you know what I mean? She's going to be fine.
When you're first time mum.
But like, honestly, I don't know whether it were like a bit of, you know, like anxiety. I don't know. But like, I was literally very overwhelming to people. I just couldn't help it because she was just my little baby and I just wanted to know everything, like what was going on with her. And like, and then they go and you feel guilty and you're like, oh.
But everyone needs a break.
We certainly do.
If you say you don't, I don't know how the fuck you do it, but
I take my hat off to you if you literally, because like, there's these people on TikTok and on Instagram and on social media that are like, why have kids if you're just going to pawn them off on
I'm going to feel super guilty soon. I mean, I'm living the fucking high life. Like, who do I think I am? 2 holidays. I don't even go on one most of the time.
Oh,
it's my mum's fault. She booked us a cheeky trip to Ibiza. So I've got a few days coming up in June. I'm going on holiday. And then she takes it one step further and goes for a fucking week on a girls' holiday.
Listen, girl, I'm sorry, but I weren't going for 2-3 days. A week is needed.
Becky's fault. It's like when I've said it to people, like, oh, I'm going for a week. Like, a week?
It's more expensive to go for 3 days than it is to go for a week. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's gonna hit us though. I'm gonna be away from him for a whole week.
Yeah, it will hit us.
It's gonna hit
Mum guilt will hit us in
we're gonna have
waves.
pure mum guilt, but that's why we're gonna drink to get over it. Gin.
If I have to. I just think at the end of the day, I know that it's been a little bit like, here you go, you're gonna get guilt over this, you're gonna get guilt over that, but you do. I think in motherhood, you get guilt over absolutely everything. And they're just a few things that we've experienced guilt over. Obviously, if there's any more things that you can think of that we've missed out, leave it in the comments.
Let me know. Like you do grow from it, even when you do feel guilty. Like you were saying earlier about you're a bit overwhelming to people because you were constantly wondering what you were doing. She's doing, but now you learn from it because you feel less guilty because she's older now and she can do stuff
for herself. I know.
You do learn from
once they become a little bit more independent. So if you're in the trenches right now and you are in the proper like essence of guilt because they're young, as they grow up, I'm not saying for everybody, but as they grow up for us, like we've experienced, like we are more chill with it now. Like we still have the guilty moments, but it does get better. You enjoy it, and she's.
I don't know what it's going to be yet. Surprise. Also, we've got another surprise. After this season is finished, we're going to come to you with a special guest. She's very excited.
Don't worry, it's not a celebrity. We fucking wish.
We ain't bringing JB on the podcast.
But yeah, she is excited to come and join us. She's been asking for a long time.
That'll be a change, and then we'll do another season.
It's not as deep as this season. We're bringing the
vibes
up a little bit.
Bringing the vibes up.
If we've missed anything, if there's something in motherhood that you felt guilty about and we didn't speak about it, or we've missed anything.
Even if it's just having a cheeky hobnob and not offering a child one. Just tell us. We want to know.
And please follow, please like, please share, please repost. Them 42 followers, come on.
We want our faces everywhere, even if I look like shite half the time. But
keeping it real.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. See you next week.